An Overwatch facility was attacked. The team needed to respond, but officially, their hands were tied. Luckily, Blackwatch plays by its own rules. We all knew who was responsible. Rumor had it he'd be well protected. Our mission was to drop in and get him out so he could face the music. At least, that's how it was supposed to go.
Good evening, Commander Reyes. How will this look on the news? Overwatch unlawfully abducting a respected businessman? Even if you take me now, my friends would have me released within the week. All these theatrics have been a waste of our time.
You're right.
Reyes, what did you do? This was not the plan!
Well, looks like we're going with Plan B.
Good morning or evening, friends. I am finally able to deliver you some nice, some spatial Overwatch Retribution gameplay. I don't know if you got the chance to play this. It's been out for quite a while. It's actually a little neat. I like this storyline. I think I like this one a little bit more than I like the original one. The original one was neat because it was something we had not seen before. They added a nice PvE motion. I take that back. We may have seen a little bit of it. I think Junkenstein came out first. So I guess we may have seen something with it for Junkenstein. This was the first little set that actually had some type of lore or story with it. Blizzard does lore very, very well. Because of that, I was really excited to play this. This is actually, spoiler alert, this one is going to be a win. I went back and did this one on normal, just to make sure I had some gameplay. I had my original one in normal where I played Moira, and there was something skunky going on in the back. So, the banter in this is really neat. So, the really cool thing about it is you get the lore, you get to find out what happened with the Venice incident where basically Blackwatch ruined Overwatch. That's essentially, I mean, I hate to say it like that, but that's essentially what happened. This mission went bad. Since the mission went bad, Overwatch became a little more public, particularly their Blackwatch wing. The Blackwatch wing was more clandestine, kind of like, you know, your little spies and that type of stuff, and because of that, once that came public, people stopped looking at Overwatch like they were the saviors and started saying, well, maybe we should not be trusting them with our security and whatnot. And that's interesting. It's kind of like Avengers Age of Ultron. You know, at a certain point, who watches the Watchmen? Kind of like a lot of things, actually. Either way, things were going well. I completed this once with Moira.
How's everyone doing? Couldn't be better.
Just grand here.
I'm gonna try to shut up when they do banter. Moira was interesting to play because she's not the solo healer that you would typically pick in most situations. However, in this gameplay, it's really easy to play her. I mean, in places like this. Some of the other places are a little more open-ended. No ceilings, long walls, long hallways, that type of thing. And then it becomes a little more difficult to play as Moira. It is always difficult for me to play as Genji. Much for the same reason that it's difficult for me to play as McCree. My aim is not great. The difference is Genji has projectiles and not hit scans. So you're going to see a lot of misses. If you haven't already seen a lot of misses, you're gonna see a lot of misses, and it's okay. PvE, baby, PvE. Either way, anywho, So the team goes in, and once Gabriel Reyes, not Reaper, he ain't Reaper yet, but once he decides to kind of go rogue and go by his own rules because he's tired of all this, things go south, and it's our job to escape as easy and quick as possible. They actually, I don't know if anybody noticed, well, I'm sure somebody noticed, but the trailer they put for this was basically Gabriel Reyes telling what his side of the events were. After they get done talking to Gabriel, they turn to McCree. 76 turns to McCree and basically is like, hey, well, will you tell me your side of the story? And that's honestly where this picks off. This is basically the event through the remembrance of McCree. Because, you know, good old Gabe, he wasn't having it. This was pre-Reaper, but he was still a Reaper. See, I don't play Genji enough. I really got to start playing it more. That was a fail blade. Yeah, a couple kills though. I mean, you know. Ba-ow! Ba-da-ow! So I've won this with McCree, with Moira, and now with Genji. Reyes usually is like from jump. He is not available. You first start playing it, they're like, nah, put him down. And that's a little frustrating. I might go back and try to play it before the event expires, but I'm not really in a hurry. The trick of it all is McCree probably has, I don't know, I haven't played it with I'm just gonna start saying Reaper. I haven't played it with Reaper just yet, but the trick is essentially that each character kind of has the thing they excel at, and a lot of them are very good in this because of that. For example, this is the Assassin. The Assassin's a really neat character or enemy. What the Assassin does is bounce from wall to wall to wall to wall, really difficult to hit most of the time. And then when she finally lands, she drags her blades along the ground, charges at a hero, and once she hits them, bow, 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 she just goes into like damage mode, where she just starts slinging. It's a very Left 4 Dead type thing, if you ever played Left 4 Dead. Or Left 4 Dead 2. She is easily countered by Reaper. I'm sorry, by McCree, because he has his stun blade. Otherwise, the only thing I can think to do is deal as much damage as possible. I also think she's a little countered by the other characters, because if you know she's coming at you, you can save an escape ability to get out of her way. I think she stops once the charge is, there's not a target. So, for example, I've got Genji. I'm pretty sure she charged at me a couple times. Because she charged at me, I could jump out of the way, use my Dragon Strike or my dash out of the way. Moira can go fade. Reaper can do his ghost ability, Wraith Walk. So the thing is simply this: you are able to evade or deal damage or stop it altogether, but you can't really, like, you still have to give her the space. You have to let her jump down, and once she jumps down, then you have to get your damage in. But it takes a little teamwork and a little awareness before you're able to do a really good job with taking her out. The Assassin's not that bad, you just gotta find her. Quite frankly, McCree should be taking her out every time. Matter of fact, McCree is probably the strongest character in this little mission. Against the heavies, he's got the flashbang that stops him in place unless you focus damage on him. Against the enforcers, which are the guys with the shotguns, they carry a charge. They make a loud noise, and then they fire one big shot. Boom! As they start charging up, like during the time before that, I don't know if they're supposed to be reloading or whatever, but it takes a while for them to start charging up. So if you wait and just deal damage, and then when they start charging up, throw your flashbang, there's nothing they can do about it. There is literally nothing they can do about it. and then you just focus your damage on them. And most of the time, you can kill them before they get another shot off. The heavies can be stunned a number of different times and places, and it works out just fine. The assassin can be stunned, but most importantly, you can keep her looking at somebody, and while she's looking at them, just deal damage, and she won't really move because she doesn't feel pressured while she's that far out. I'm sure I'm missing my I'm sorry, that was the sniper. The assassin can just be flashbang and focused, because she's nothing without that. She's nothing without being able to get to you. Yeah. Probably should have used my ult then. Cause I think I used it at a stupid time on this one, but that's okay. Stupid times are the best times, right? Hey, son. Shoryuken. Shoryuken.
We had a plan. We could have walked Antonio right out of the city.
He's right.
I didn't sign up for this.
You gotta remember that McCree at this time was trying to like kind of do good deeds. He was tired of being a criminal, vigilante, and all that jazz, and he was trying to do good deeds. So it makes sense that he'd kind of be the one that's like, I don't want to do this, and you guys drag me into this. I'm trying to do the good thing, and you guys are getting me killed. For shame. Yeah. Yeah. Shuriken. Shuriken. Shoryuken. I know those are all different, but it's so much fun. I have not played on anything other than hard, which is something that I don't. It leaves me a little less concerned. I think if I were playing on a heavier difficulty, I would want to talk more often. My team sets some stuff up. She only gets one shot off. That's not good. I really wish I had Lucio so I could just go up to the wall, boop her off the side. 13 health. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What's keeping our ride? Can't wait forever.
Survive, baby.
Tells me the army of bad guys converging on our position is an outbreak.
They call me Metal Gear because I survive. Alright, so this is the last wave. Only 3 stars on this one again, playing on normal. I wouldn't play on anything other than hard without at least one person that you can talk to, that you kind of know their tendencies, how they want to play. You can talk about getting a game plan set, you know, all that kind of thing. Yeah! And now everybody's dead. Hello, Miss Sniper. Now, I was coming here to get the sniper, and then I saw the heavy shot show up, and things became a little problematic. You know, I ain't worried about her. I'm worried about him. All that reflected and not enough damage. So while they're dealing with the heavy, I figured the smart thing for me to do would be to make sure that I took care of the sniper. Fake Widow. You're a fake Widow. Fake Widow can't hurt me. The real Widow can't hurt me. I'm Genji. I think it's important to note that the time it takes to charge up a lot of different guns. Otherwise, you waste your reflex like me. But I ain't really doing no real good damage with it, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Commander, I have visual on your position. I'm coming in for a landing, but it's gonna be a little hot.
Everyone, get ready to get on board. About damn time.
Alright. So that's about it. That's about the mission. There's a little epilogue to show you kind of what happened at the end of things.
For immediate evac.
This is it. Don't do anything stupid.
I've had one where we did do something stupid. I was too far off the point. My team tried to save me. We all died because they drop heavies when you do this. But I'll shut up. Let the story continue and finish. Thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Peace out.
Our target was dead. So I guess he got what was coming to him. Still, it didn't seem right. But that wasn't the end of our problems. For the first time, people knew we were out there. New faces stepped up to fill the void in Talon. And I can't help but wonder if that's where it all started to go wrong.